In this video, we'll be taking a look at all today's NCAAB matchups, and I'll break them all down with free winning picks so you can bet smarter and win bigger. But first, smash that subscribe button and ring the bell so you get our picks the second they drop, because when the lines move, the early birds cash in. And if you want the full winning sport picks experience, head over to wspicks.com and check out our VIP packages, or grab a free consultation with one of our professional sports consultants for the sharpest edge you'll find anywhere. That's where the real plays live. We are your bookmaker's worst nightmare. These are the games we're hammering, the ones the books can't afford you to bet. This is Winning Sport Picks. The free picks are about to drop, and they're coming in hot. Western Kentucky comes in catching plus 18.5, while Vanderbilt is laying minus 17.5. And anytime you get a big SEC home favorite with a slow grinding pace, the market tends to inflate the number. Vanderbilt rarely runs up the score because their tempo forces long half-court possessions, and that naturally squeezes blowout margins. Western Kentucky has enough pace and variance to survive the slower stretches, so I lean Western Kentucky plus 18.5 with the scoring leaning under 167.5 as both teams settle into defensive sequences. New Orleans walks in catching plus 26.5, while Texas Tech is laying minus 25.5. And this is the classic early season mismatch where the favorite gets overvalued simply because of name reputation. Texas Tech's defense is elite, but the offense doesn't always separate enough to justify these monster numbers, especially with long scoring droughts. New Orleans can do just enough with tempo and late garbage time buckets to stay inside the window, so I lean New Orleans plus 26.5 with the total nudging under 154.5. Syracuse shows up catching plus 10.5, while Iowa State is laying minus 9.5. And this matchup screams pace control because Iowa State loves dragging opponents into slow half-court possessions where shot quality matters more than volume. Syracuse tends to struggle when they're forced into grind downs, and Hilton Coliseum is one of the toughest road environments for young teams. I like Iowa State minus 9.5 with the total leaning under 158 as both defenses dictate rhythm. Notre Dame comes in catching plus 11.5, while Houston is laying minus 10.5, and Houston at home is one of the most reliable defensive identities in college basketball. They pressure every dribble, every pass, every cut, and weaker shooting teams like Notre Dame usually fade late under sustained physicality. The Cougars don't need to play fast to separate. They just slowly choke teams out over 40 minutes. I like Houston minus 10.5 and lean under 134.5 with scoring tightening late. Tennessee Tech enters catching plus 38, while Kentucky is laying minus 37.5, and once a spread hits the high 30s, it becomes all about rotation patterns, motivation, and second unit energy. Kentucky almost always bursts early with huge home court momentum, but the second half often becomes a bench showcase where the throttle comes off. Tennessee Tech has enough variance to sneak inside a number this inflated, so I lean Tennessee Tech plus 38 with the total gliding under 156.5. Now listen to me, those are the free picks, but the one game I am unloading on tonight, the game that's going to crush your bookie's soul, that's the VIP play of the day at wspicks.com. This is the nuke, the hammer, the max bet, the one play I've circled, the game that will bury your bookmaker 6 feet under. When it hits, and it will, your bookie is going to need a doctor, a lawyer, and maybe even a priest. If you want to ride with me on the biggest bet of the day, get to wspicks.com right now. In recap, I'm rolling with Western Kentucky plus 18.5 and the under 167.5, New Orleans plus 26.5 and the under 154.5, Iowa State minus 9.5 with the under 158, Houston minus 10.5 with the under 134.5, and Tennessee Tech plus 38 with the under 156.5, all based strictly on the lines you sent and the pace edges we broke down across the board. This is Winning Sport Picks, where we don't just bet, we bury bookmakers. Smash that subscribe button, drop your favorite plays in the comments, and hammer that like button like you're hammering your bookie into the dirt. We're cashing, we're dominating, and tonight we're dancing on the grave of your bookmaker. Let's go!